to serve him and to love the name of Yahuah, to be servants, everyone that keeps the Shabbat from polluting it and taking hold of his covenant. Isaiah 62:8. It's Yahuah has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength. Surely I will no more give thy corn to be meat for thine enemies, and the sons of the stranger shall not drink thy wine, for which thou hast labored. That stranger there is 52:36. Did you have some already?
No, I think we had spoke on it. You was one with the other stranger. There was another stranger that was mentioned in the scripture. Zor.
21:14.
Right, that one there.
It's 150, not 150, but there's another one. It's like 58 something.
Because when we went to,
Is it in the Isaiah?
it was in Proverbs 2, one that you had read earlier. Proverbs 2:16. To liberty from the strange woman.
Oh, the 4480.
21:14. Because we had the word strange and then it had the word stranger. So the word strange was 21:14.
21:14 Zor.
Was Zor. And I just found it interesting that it makes mention in the book of Jeremiah, the 35th chapter, it means to make estranged. And so remember you had the Rechabites, those Israelites there, they were not living in Jerusalem.
You know, that's right. That's what you were supposed to bring out. You remember we spoke a couple
Oh, right. Oh,
and
okay.
you said you were going to bring somebody?
Yeah, oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah,
right?
that's what it was.
Yeah.
You want to elaborate on it now or you want to wait? Or?
Yeah, we can do it later. I mean, I just found it, well, just briefly, I just found that other definitions and context would be very important. Because there's a group of Israelites who were also strangers, but by definition, they made themselves estranged because of the covenant that they made with their fathers. So they didn't drink any wine. They lived in tents. And they didn't live in Jerusalem. They lived out in the wilderness. And this is what they did all the days of their lives. So that filled up the definition of Zor, the 21:114. And I just found it important that, or interesting that here with Israelites who had made themselves estranged from living in Jerusalem. But when the Babylonians came, they actually had to break the covenant that they made with their fathers and move inside of the city because the Babylonians were about to come and overthrow Jerusalem.
Right. Matter of fact, there's another verse out there. Yeah, I'm going to get it. It alludes to the same thing. Then you're going to see Israel or their brother. You know they're Israel, but they were made strangers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Let's go to Isaiah 62:8 about Yahuah.
Yahuah has sworn by his right hand and by the
We
arm.
just did that. Oh yeah, we just did that. He wasn't gonna let them drink wine no more. My bad. Jeremiah 7:6.
He said 7 and 6.
Yeah, 7 and 6.
If ye oppress not the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other Elohim to your hurt.
Yep, there's 16 and 16. And I wanted to get to that other one before I can, but let's keep going. let's go to Jeremiah 14 and 8.
O the hope of Israel, the Savior thereof, in time of trouble, why shouldst thou be as a stranger in the land, and as a wayfaring man that turneth aside to tarry for a night?
Yep, that's 16 and 16. But, as long as I can, y'all know what that scripture talk about. Was it the tribe of Dan that the Most High was rebuking against on when Israel was going into captivity? It talks about something that has to do with Israel, then Judah. Or, let me.
That's a good idea. Sunday go.
No, it wasn't bad. Let's Obadiah 1 and 12. Matter of fact, let's read down to verse 1. Can you get that word?
Obadiah 1 and 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he, your brother, became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
And that stranger, that is 52:37. That's not real. Well, who is he speaking of right there? Who became a stranger right there? Let's go back up to
Was
verse.
it Edom or?
Let's go back up to verse 1 and read down.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith Yahuah Elohim concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the sovereign, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise you, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and thou that set thy and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down, saith the sovereign. If these come to thee, if robbers by night, how are you cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the water. The men that were at peace with you have deceived you, and prevailed against you. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the sovereign, even destroy the wise men of Edom, and understanding on the mount of Esau? And the mighty men of Teman shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame to cover thee, and you shall be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captives his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldst not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, they should have not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldst thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither shouldst thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. For the day of the sovereign is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto you. Your reward shall return upon thy own head. For as you have drunken upon my set-apart mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be set apartness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Judah should be a flame, should be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they should kindle in them and devour them. And there should not be any remaineth of the house of Esau, for the sovereign has spoken it. And they of the south shall possess the mountains of Esau, and they of the plain of Philistines, and they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead. And the captivity of those hosts of the children of Israel shall possess that of the Canaanites, even unto Zarephath. And the captivity of Jerusalem, which is in Sepharad, shall possess the cities of the south. And messengers or saviors shall come up of Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the sovereign's.
That's good, right there. So what we have here, we see, what were you?
Let's start with who was this stranger here? Verse 12. So that was a question for Parmesan.
Yeah, that was a question down there. But as long as I can, what were you saying?
Oh, no, I was just saying, I think it was Judah.
Same as Judah, okay. So, when we're looking at this,
So Judah became 1616, or he became 5236?
5236, or not particularly just Judah, but Israel. There were many instances where you got to realize when Israel would stray away. Now, even though Israel was bloodborn, they could become one of these strangers if they left under the covenant or strayed and went into something else. Because, first of all, you can't do that and be in the land. So you will become, whatever attributes you take up or whatever practices you take on, you will become as that particular stranger. Because you ever notice when it goes into those strangers, it is the different numbers, they have one